What's up, people of YouTube? I'm Karsatowski, and welcome back to the Karsatowski Bowling YouTube channel. So in today's PBA Bowling Breakdown, we have the 1993 PBA Fresno Open. So let's get on to the title match. Here is the championship match of the 1993 Fresno Open, featuring David Ozio versus Randy Pedersen. He's using a Rhino ball. Reactive resin recently came out not too long ago. A lot of people, I think, forget of how good of a competitor Randy Pedersen was on the PBA Tour. A lot of people know him nowadays as a commentator, but he was a really good competitor in the basically from about the mid-'80s all the way up until about the early 2000s. Randy Pedersen was a really good competitor on the tour. And this is actually kind of a rematch of Randy's very first step-ladder finals. He bowled 150 against David Ozio in his very first match on television. That's a good attempt at that spare, but not quite enough for the 4-pin. All right, so strike for Pedersen and split for Ozio to start. It's early in the first frame, but we'll see how Ozio makes an adjustment when he gets on that lane next time. Playing kind of deep for Ozio, keeping his angles pretty tight. Long backswing, kind of long backswing, but even longer follow through for Randy Pedersen. Here's his game right here. Holds it about chest height. Classic push away. Pretty decent backswing. Goes just above his head. And that long follow through that they used to teach you back in the day, to have your hand pointed right at the sky, almost to where you can touch the ceiling. And also pretty deep knee bend too. Look at that index finger taped over the fingertip, and also over at the last knuckle. There you go. So he's got that left lane figured out. Yeah, that tape, he probably got some blisters during the week, and he's taping that spot up, because a lot of the pressure when you're holding a bowling ball is in that index finger. Because in order to open up your angles, a lot of bowlers will kind of make their index finger a little bit wide, so they have a little bit longer of a reach, I guess. I typically don't do that with me not using my thumb, but I do it occasionally if I really need to put more axis tilt on a ball. It's a good shot. Great shot. That could be a tricky spare, because if you don't throw it straight at it, that ball can hook just a little bit too much and catch too much of a 3-pin. So Ozio has left 2 splits on that right lane, so he'll need to figure something out here in the 5th. He's got that left lane figured out though. That's Michael J. Fox. He's watching pro bowling. A few years after Back to the Future. Perfect shot. Yeah, Randy's definitely got the pocket figured out on both lanes. Let's see if he can continue that. It's George Brandon III. He was inducted into the PBA Hall of Fame earlier this year. Another perfect shot. Looks like he missed left. Guess there's enough oil on the lane to keep that ball on line.
Successfully from knee surgery. As is Nelson Burton Jr. knee surgery.
Feels good, Chris. Best move I ever made. I have to thank a fellow Dr. Shively in St. Louis. Did a good job on Bo Burton, who will get back to bowling in July.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Now David Ozio fails by 31 stiff frames and cuts the lead to 21. Has to get this lane to stay in the match.
Oh yeah, that was missed pretty far left. Man, he's struggling on that right lane.
Close to a 25-second violation for Ozio, but just gets in under the gun. You see him on the right-hand lane, just struggling on every shot. High. He's undoing so far in the match.
Not real sure what he needs to do on that lane, but he'll need to figure something out pretty quick because Randy has a pretty good line going on both lanes.
But he's quickly up on the approach. They're working 6 frames, trails by 31.
Yep, but they both seem to have that left lane figured out. I don't think any of them is missed on that lane.
World's best drivers are revved and ready for one of the most spectacular events in all sports. The Indianapolis 500. Live coverage begins at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. That's tomorrow. ABC Sports. 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific.
Oh my goodness. Man, he almost 4-9'd. Looks like he missed a pretty good amount left.
Randy Pedersen just breaks down the 4-9 split. The 2-pin goes to the left sideboard, slips in behind the 4.
Yep, I think that shot was a bit left.
Knocks out the 9. What a good break. Fair here. He leads by 30 through 6 frames.
Really looks like he waits on his backswing. It kind of reminds me a little bit of how Darren Tang would wait on his backswing when he was one-handed. Can't get too ahead of himself.
You can create ball speed. However, when your timing is off just a little bit, you run into problems. I think if you look at the top players nowadays on the tour, if you're looking at a more compact swing, I think that's the way to go. And I agree with Randy. There's also less chance for injury. However, if you can get that big high backswing working as Randy has done, tuck that swing inside tight, use that wrist, you're awfully tight.
Oh man, that line's really holding up on the left lane.
30-pin lead by the tournament leader whom you're looking. Randy Pedersen will be back.
Is that in front of a lake? Yeah, it's in front of a lake. Huh. Okay, that's his first strike on the right lane, and it almost leaves another split. I don't know if that right lane is that much tighter or not. It seems like it is, because Randy has also had some... He had an interesting hit with the 4-9 earlier. And Ozio almost left the 5-7. Oh, just hooked a little too much. Yeah, he could have cut the deficit that time. But not to be.
I mean, David Ozio is using a hooking ball for his first shot on the left-hand lane, which is hit. He made an adjustment to a different ball on the right-hand lane, and then a little slightly different feel. He lost his touch, drifted. Now the man whose 31st birthday was yesterday, on Wednesday, is
4 pin.
Randy Pedersen showing you something that's very important.
I think each player's only struck once on that lane.
He leaves the 4 pin here, but he had tremendous extension and follow through as he lets this ball go. And that makes the ball kind of settle in the pocket. It makes it break a little later, and that can either be the difference between a strike or a split.
Dadgum, not the first time that we've seen a 4 pin missed on TV.
Inopportune time to
Look at this.
pin spare the 4 pin.
Phew.
For Ozio.
Wow. Pin probably felt the wind off that one. Well, that probably is not going to hurt him that much. If Ozio would have struck on the right lane on his last shot, this would be a slightly different match. But I don't think, yeah, Ozio would have a 1 pin lead if he would have struck in the 8th frame for a turkey. Okay, and that's going to put it a little closer. And yep, this match is going down to the 10th frame.
And almost every time you got an errant shot in that frame, Randy barely breaks down the 4-7-10 split. Watch the 10 pin. We'll be standing there for a second.
He's lost the left lane now, and that's not good going into the 10th frame. It's a pretty decently choppable spare if you don't have good angle on it. It's a lot easier to chop a spare like that for a left-hander, but for a right-hander, the margin for error is actually pretty high.
His most important bowling skill, David Ozio, could win the match outright if he could throw 4 consecutive frames.
That was lefty. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it definitely seems like that he keeps missing a little bit left. But honestly, he probably should have gotten 8 off of that. Man.
When you can't read him, you can't make the shot. And once again, he had an opportunity to win this tournament, and now he's in trouble. Now for Ozio, the only thing he can do is hopefully strike out in the 10th frame for 194. That would force Randy Pedersen to get a good count, 9 on the first ball. Ozio doesn't strike. He can't win.
Oh, flat 10. Yep, this is probably going to be the end for Ozio in this match.
The winner, though, has a chance to go against the king of the hill, George Brennan. And if he can win, picks up another 5. Well, the situation here is simply this. Ozio is increasing the 180s. It will not be enough. However, it sets up a classic king of the hill match between 2 of the best friends of professional bowlers tour. George Brennan III.
Good shot. Split the 9, split the 8 right open. Yeah, that's not going to quite be enough. 184.
Randy, a possible 217 with 4 pins, wins it all. That's locked for Randy. That's the winner right there.
That's a light shot, and that is pretty much going to be the winner.
Randy Pedersen. You know, Chris, an interesting year that the tournament leader now is 14 wins and only 5 losses from the number 1 position.
Yeah, it doesn't matter much now. Pretty low scoring title match. That right lane just threw both them off. Looks like it was pretty tight the whole time. Let's see if he can pick this up.
Some relaxation. The man that most times smiles.
Oh, picked it up. It's real easy to get too much of the 3 pin.
He's ready for the king of the hill, George Brennan, as ABC's first presentation of the Professional Bowling Tour.
All right, so Randy Pedersen won the 1993 Fresno Open. Good to pick up that spare, or that split at the end of the game. The right lane definitely was the tighter of the two lanes. Well, it's interesting to see Randy bowling on TV instead of commentating on TV. It really is. But Randy was one of the best bowlers on television. He made, I think, 34 step-ladder finals in his career, and he won 13 titles. He basically won just about 35% of the time in all of his matches on TV, which is almost unheard of in PBA competition. Well, I hope you all have enjoyed this PBA Bowling Breakdown, and if you want to watch any more of these videos, then be sure to hit that subscribe button down below so that you will never miss any of my videos. I'm Karsatowski, keep watching my content, and I will see you in that next video. See ya!